For this, there's this one is easy. This one is duplicate emails, and this question I'll first explain the question. So we have a table of person and we have the column name and their types. In columns, we have ID and the mail. ID is the primary key column, and each row of this table contains an email. Okay, for example, this A@B, A@B, C@D. We have emails like this, and write a SQL query to report all the duplicate emails. Note that it's guaranteed that the email field is not null. So email field mein we don't have any null values. And we have to get what? We have to get all the duplicate emails. For example, you can see A@B, A@B are given twice. So that is why we are returning this email, because that's a duplicate email. Simple. We understood the question. Question is clear, right? Guys, yes or no? Question is clear? Good. So now I'll go ahead. I'll just use select and from. As there is just one table, so I'll just write the name from person. And what I need to do, I need to see, okay, that how many mails we have from a particular thing. For example, here, if I'm seeing this, here I'm seeing A@B is having 2 mails. C@D is 1. So basically what I'm doing is I'm counting the mails by the mail ID. How many mail IDs I have? Because A@B had 2 instances. That means we have 2 mails from that particular email ID. Okay. So can you guess what we'll be using for this, for counting everything? Let me show it to you first. So we have to use group by here. If we are grouping something, for example, right now we are grouping the mail ID, right? So let me just show it to you. Group by email. And let me just print this out. This is not the correct answer, but let's see what this gives. Select email from person and we are grouping by what? Email. So if I run this, you can see that I have A@B and C@D. Basically what it is doing is, it is grouping these things together. So A@B, it has shown us one thing, and C@D, it has shown us one thing. So it has made 2 groups, A@B and C@D. Now, in these groups, we have to count the instances. For example, we need to know if A@B is greater than 1 or C@D is greater than 1. That means if we have multiple instances of the same thing. Okay. So for that, we will use having, because we have already created the group and we need to do the filtering now. So I'll use having, and what I'll do, having count ID greater than 1. So if you want, you can print this out as well. Let me do count ID. Let's see what we get. So you can see A@B ka we have 2. If I just remove this thing, okay, if I just remove this thing and I print it, so I'll have email and count ID, right? So I'll see. So we can see A@B had 2 and C@D had 1. But I just only want this thing as my answer, A@B. So that is why I'm applying the condition of having. Whenever you are doing a group by thing, and then you are going to have a filter over that, so you will use having there. So that is why I'm writing having count ID greater than 1. And as in the output, I just need this thing and I don't need a count. So I'll just remove this. Clear? We got the output. Test case 1 has passed. I'll just submit it. Accepted. Any doubt in this? Or are we clear? Any doubts? Okay, I hope everyone has submitted. Okay, so please everyone submit this out and we'll go to the next question. So I'll go to this one. Customer who never orders. So I have a question. This is the question. We have the column name and type. We have table customers. In the customers table, we have, let me write. In the customers table, we have ID and the name of the customer. And we have another table called the orders. And in orders table, we have the ID and the customer ID. So what we are trying to do here is, we are trying to get the customers who never order. Okay, so let me show this to you. Write a SQL query to report all the customers who never order anything. Okay, so the piece, so for this example, if we can see, Joe is ID number 1, and we have an order of 2 customer. Sorry, this is the order ID. We have the order ID 2 here with the customer ID 1. That means Joe has ordered something. Then we have Henry. We don't have any customer ID of 2 here. That means Henry has not ordered any time. Okay. Then we have Sam. We have a customer ID of 3. Sam's customer ID is 3. And that means he has ordered 2 things. So that means we have Sam who has ordered. Then Max, we don't have a customer ID of 4. That means Max has never ordered. So the output should give me what? Henry and Max, because they have not ordered anything. Clear? Easy question. Now, you can do this question with the help of subquery. So, first of all, what I need to do? I need to get the customer name. So, I'll just write select name from customers, right? Now, I'll just write this as comment. I need the name from customers. Okay. What we were trying to do here is we were seeing the customer ID, and if we are finding the customer ID here, that means that customer has ordered. So what I can say is select name from customers where I'm writing this as comment. The customer ID is not in orders table. Do you understand this line? The customer ID is not in orders table. For example, 2 and 4, these customer IDs are not in my orders table. That means that give me the name of the people who have the customer ID of 2 and 4. We understand that? Give me a yes if you understand this. The customer ID is not in orders table. Yes, give me a yes. Good. So, to make this thing work, I can use the concept of subquery here. So what I need to do is, I have to basically say where the customer ID not in, and if I need to get all the customer IDs from this table. So what will be the command for getting all the customer ID? Command to get customers ID in orders table. It will be pretty easy. The command will be select customer ID from orders. Okay. So this particular thing, this command will give me what? This command will give me the output of 1, 3, because these are the customer ID that are present in my customers table. Now I want to print out the things. Print out everything except 1 and 3. Okay. So basically I'm saying whatever IDs this is returning, except that, print out everything. So that is why I'll use this thing. This whole command that I've written in comment, Okay. Customer ID and all. Okay. Customer ID not in fine. Select customer ID from orders. Unknown column customer ID. Once. Okay. So यहाँ पे the customer ID was ID. In the customers table it was called ID. So that is why I'm getting the problem. So now you're getting what? You're getting the name of Henry and Max, right? But what we need to do is we are getting this. It is working fine, but we just need to give this an alias of name. Okay. We need to give the output an alias of what? Name. So what will you need? Oh, sorry, we need to give an alias of customer. So for that, for giving an alias, that is our nickname. I'll just use select name as customers and you will get the desired output. No, name as customers. You need to get customers as the output. Okay. So this is working fine. So do you understand this entire query? Select name as customers from customers where the ID is not in. That means I'll write it for you. Where the ID is, let me just draw this for you. Where the ID is not 1, 3. So this means that this thing means the ID should not be 1, 3, except that give me everything. Clear? Any doubts? Go ahead and ask if you have any doubts. No doubts? Are we clear? Let's submit this answer. We are already done with this. Now, there's one more way of solving this question. Okay. Akhil is asking. So what we are doing here is this particular thing. This is our subquery. This is returning customer ID that are present in our orders table. So this will return 3 and 1. If in our customers table, we want everything except 3 and 1. So we will use where ID not in. That means the ID should not be 1 or 3. The IDs that are present in orders table, those should not be returned in my customers table. So that is why the order of execution will work like this. First, this query will run, right? And it will give you the answer as 1, 3. And if you see all the orders, all the IDs that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 in your customers table, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 in your customers table, and you have given a command ki, okay, give me everything except 1 and 3. Clear or no? Clear? Good. Now, let's go ahead. There's one more way of solving this question, that is through joins. So generally the question that you're solving through subqueries, you can also solve this with joins. Okay. So can anyone guess what kind of joins will we need here? Can anyone guess what kind of join we'll need here? Easy. So, right. Okay, right. Everyone else, what do you think about it? Inner, right. Okay. Inner, right. Fine. So we have a small fight between inner and right. So to check this out, because you are doing it practically, we can do this with both the things. Now, what I'm doing here is I am checking this out. select one table is called customers. So I'll just use from customers. C. So somebody who told me inner join. Okay, let's do inner join first. Inner join orders. O. What's the common thing? The common column is the ID column. So C.id is equals to O.id. Right? Now, what do I need? I need the name from the customer. So I use C.name. Fine. Now, run this and see what you get. You get Henry. You want to get Henry and Max, and you are getting Joe and Henry. Why? Okay, sorry. O.customer ID will come there. So, 1 second. ID run. Okay, so you're getting Joe and Sam, but you're getting Henry and Max. Sorry, you need Henry and Max, but you're getting Joe and Sam because these customers are present, right? 3 and 1 are present in both of them. So that is what we are getting. Okay. We can use except. Anything else that we can use instead of that? Think of it. So Hanuj is saying, why should we not use this? So do this, try this. So what are you getting? Customer ID not equal to करके. You are getting the possible matches, and that's not the correct answer. Okay, so somebody told me we can do right join and give the condition of null. That's fine. When this thing means not equal to. So he's saying, why not we do this? Okay. So now coming to right join that everybody is saying, okay, let's do right join. Okay. So if we do right join, you get everything from this right table and C.id, customer ID, C.id, 1 second, C.id is equals to what customer ID. Nothing like that. I am getting one error. Let me check it. Customer ID. So we are getting one error. We are getting one error with the right join. Think of it. Why we are getting it? Everybody who said right join. We are doing the same thing. I just changed the join. I'm doing the right join. That means everything from the orders table and the matching record from the customers table. And I'm getting one error here. Think of it. See, let me correct this for you. If I do a left join, will this work? Will this work? Yes, O has less number of records. That is the true thing. But will this work with left join? Again, I'm getting one syntax error that says this thing is wrong. I don't know why it's giving me an error. Okay. From customer, see left join orders. Oh, sorry, we have to use on here, yeah. Sorry, on. C.id is equals to O.customer ID. Okay, now this thing is working. We are getting everything from the left table. Everything that is there from a left table we are getting. So Joe, Henry, Sam, Max we are getting. But we need to check for customers, right? We need to check that only these records are given. So you have to add one condition here. The condition will start from where? Simple. The condition should be that what? What? Simple, eh? Think of it. I'll write. Now when I'll write, you will say, okay, this was the answer. O.customer ID is null. That means for orders where we don't have any customer ID, give me just those things. Customers. Yes. So you are saying, why not we use not in? We used in this thing, right? Pehle wala answer mein we use not in. So somebody is saying order ID is null. So you are saying ki, let me do this. आपका आंसर भी एक बार चला के देख लेते हैं. You say C dot order ID is null. But order ID तो C वाले टेबल में है ही नहीं. Customers टेबल में just have ID and name. And in orders table, we have the order ID, right? So if we do O dot order ID is null, so order ID is just given by ID. You get the same answer. But you can again use this thing. O dot customer ID is null or O dot ID is null. That means any of these places where we don't have a match. If you remember the left join, right? If you remember the left join, we had the common things here. 1 and 3 will come here. And 1 and 4 will come here. So I'll get this thing in left join, everything. 2 and 4 will come here and 1 and 3 will come here, right? Now I just want where O dot ID is null. That means we don't have any order ID for that particular customer. Okay, so if you are saying if we use right join, यहाँ पे I'm removing this condition for right join. See what you are getting first from right join. Right join में you are getting Sam and Joe. That means आप 3 and 1 you are getting as your answer. Sam and Joe you are getting as your answer, but you need to get Henry and Max. So what will you do to get Henry and Max? You remember in the right join, right? Everything from the right table is returned. So 1 and 3 will be returned and the matching records from the left table. Why do you need to do select star? We just need to get the name right. So if we get the select star, so we'll get everything from the table customers. We don't need that. Okay, so you are saying कि C and O को change करते हैं. So basically, C and O मतलब what you are trying to say? Yeah, but अगर तुम C and O को change करोगे फिर तो वो left join बन गया ना, right? So there is no point of changing it. So if you change the order of this thing, customers and orders, it will become left join, right? The table 1 become table 2 and table 2 becomes table 1. So there's no point of doing that. Instead, I'll do the left join, right? So this in this thing, if I do just this will not work because in the right join, I'll get everything. And if I do the inner join, you can see what I'm getting. I'm just getting the matching records 1 and 3. So that is Joe and Max. Okay, you can see the test cases too. This is the test case. I'm getting Joe and Max. And for people who are saying inner join, how will you get these things? How will you get Henry and Max? If you're doing the inner join. The best option here will be to use what? To use left join. Why? Because left join will return everything from this table and then you can filter out according to the order state. Okay, so if Pratik wants better understanding, you can do that also. So select star. If you do this, you will get a huge table with ID name and ID customer ID. So you can see that you are getting this. If I do left join, now, if you want to visualize what the result will be, this will be a result. Yeah. Can you see that? What is the result that we are getting? We are getting Joe and here the IDs for the order ID and the customer ID for Henry and Max are null. So that is why when we did the where condition, when we added this here, where o.id is null or o.customer ID is null, that is why it was working. Clear now? अब now just use c.name here. c.name from run it. Easy. From customers, see. Okay, it has already been written. C.name from customer C, left join on orders, and we are just doing the join on this. Give this an alias of customers and you are ready with your answer. You can decide on choosing a subquery or joins, but generally people choose joins because it's like faster than the subqueries, but it's totally up to you. Okay. I'll just choose submit and I'm done. I'm done. Okay. Easy. You can also use instead of o.id, you can also use o.customer ID. Totally up to you. And it will work in the same way. Okay. So that subquery part, if you ask me, that one is easier for any beginner to understand. Why? Because it's easy, the subquery one. If you don't know about joins, so it can be a little hard. So experienced people are tend to use join. Clear? I told you right now, joins are more efficient than subqueries. Generally, what we are trying to see here is the efficiency. And efficiency of joins is better because they are faster. And why they are faster? Because they can use indexes and different optimization techniques. Subqueries will require a lot of memory and a lot of processing, especially if you have a large data set. Okay. So generally speaking, joins will be a better option for that. Fine. Okay, let's meet tomorrow, everyone. Thank you for joining. We are done with the questions for today. Bye-bye.